Tasmania, who in fact settled Hobart with 300 convicts in 1804, and he's got a very large gravesite in that park, together with some of the early settlers.
It's so pretty in the English countryside.
Where in London do you live? I'm in Scotland. Oh, where? Oh, still competition.
So you can actually see the pinnacle, but also the large tower is telecommunications for radio, television and mobile, and the really impressive cliff face near the top is called the Organ Pipes, which is a well-known to the left-hand side of those organ pipes, which makes the first part of your walk very right.
Wow, yeah.
In 1815. Prior to that it was called Table Mountain, after the one in Cape Town, South Africa, although surprisingly Wellington is almost 200 metres higher than that one. 1,270 metres above sea level. Aboriginals had named the mountain variously in honour of Liberton in this area. Stringy bark, which we commercially brand as Tas oak. So it's a eucalypt, but we call it oak for commercial reasons. But in Tasmania, on the right here is a little wooden chapel, and believe it or not, that was the only. And we're about to go past the last of the houses. No development beyond this point after these houses. But it does have similar restrictions, so the same duty of care should be applied as any national park. Got three English people with us today, all escaping the decision for Brexit. What was that?
I don't know, it was a little grey furry thing.
Came through Hobart. Captain James Cook was through here, and even Abel Tasman, who was the first European to sight this island. It's a loop walk, it doesn't matter which one you take. Yeah. But I'd suggest taking the second and go in a clockwise direction.
Right, thank you.
No worries.
Huh. Nice.
Metres deep, apparently. The Mona boat's just about to pull in there. The bridge to the left is the Tasman Bridge, and that's the. And these are called snow gums. But the trees that slant, and you'll notice them in a moment, up to 45 degrees, they are basically just showing you how strong the winds are typically up here. And in fact, Wellington protects Hobart from the weather, so much in fact that Hobart is... And eventually the lichen breaks the rock down. Dolerite is a very common rock around Tasmania, possibly break off from the main cliff face due to ice. Head back in. The only two places other than the bus that'll get you out of the weather is the undercover area, which is normally in
top of Mount Pinnacles.
My carrot. I think it just is really spooky. Oh, apparently. Hey, this is exciting.
Well, you're the one that came up with the
focus, yeah. People don't clear their land. They allow trees to touch their houses.
On the environment,
No, it doesn't.
does it?
No.
When you think of Switzerland and
Look,
the Alps and the
I
everywhere.
think people in Tasmania have a propensity just to say no to anything, you know, and just sort of...
Where have I heard that before? It's England. Especially.
Yeah.
I can understand people wanting, but
it really
but
isn't.
not really.
Yeah. A cable car isn't that
No.
ugly.
Proposed just here, not too far from here.
So the brewery will do well.
Well, now this is interesting. It was really going to be near the closer to the brewery, but the brewery had to give permission for it, but they pulled out of the proposal. The brewery are the largest private owners of land on Mount Wellington, and it needed their. So it's very much like that. It's like our forest industry. Now we've had a massive industry in Tasmania, forestry, and it's not anything like it once was because of the green sentiment. You know, they're basically, you know, no one can give an answer to that. You know, I think people are just opposed ideologically to forests, to cutting down a tree.
Yeah.
Even though they'll use toilet paper and all that sort of stuff. But and so there is quite a bit of that in Tasmania where there's just
absolutely.
It's like to the intersection, as long as I don't forget. I have to remember the intersection. Yeah, it's down there.
I've forgotten. Who was Macquarie? Because there's a Macquarie Street in Sydney.
Yeah, Macquarie was an early governor. And he mapped out the streets of Hobart, and he liked putting his own name in things. So he got his name in, his wife's name, and his sister, I think it was, or something, in the streets of Hobart. Because Argyle, I think, was associated with his family, and one other, I think, Elizabeth Street. So there is a Macquarie Street in Sydney. Probably that was an old what's the word? Private school, boys' school.